Hi royalties, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time of watching me, thank you for taking out time to watch this video. My name is Nurse MJ. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 very important things that you need to look out for in your NHS job contract before you sign it. And I'm also going to make an announcement of the winners from my last giveaway. And thank you so much to everyone who took part in the giveaway. Firstly, let me talk about why it's very important for you to know what to look out for in your NHS job contract before you sign it. I mean, it's okay for you not to know. Yeah, it's okay for you not to understand some terms. I mean, you've never worked in the UK, so it's okay for you not to understand some terms. However, what's not okay is for you to ignorantly sign that contract. And due to this ignorance, I've seen a lot of people get themselves committed to some outrageous and unfair contract. I mean, it's a crazy world we live in, right? And that's why we're having this discussion today. So let's get into the details quickly. So the very first thing on my list is your starting salary. Although most of the NHS jobs, the starting salary are quite similar. For a band 5, which you will be applying for, starting salary is usually around 25 to 30, depending on the area, the location where the hospital is. Okay, so when you get your conditional offer, what's a conditional offer? So if you have a conditional offer, it means we have an unconditional offer, right? Yeah, so a conditional offer simply means that it's subjected to some conditions. For you to get an unconditional offer, there's certain criteria that you still need to meet for your employer to actually give you an unconditional offer letter. Okay, so your offer letter is the same thing that I'm calling your contract. That is your contract. That is where you see everything about the offer. Okay, so the very first important thing that I'd like you to check when you get your conditional offer letter is your starting salary. If the hospital that you've gotten the offer is within the high cost area, you see it in brackets HCA. That's not healthcare assistant. That's high cost area. Okay, so you see that in brackets, and this only means that there's certain extras that you get because it's an expensive area. Accommodation might be expensive, standard of living, food, and some other things might be expensive in that location. So they're trying to compensate you, and they're gonna give you some additional bonus. Okay, so your starting salary is very, very important. Okay, when you're starting, you're gonna start as a band 3 or band 4. So they might feel around 22 to 24 for starters. Okay, but once you have your Nursing and Midwifery Council UK registration, that is expected to change, and you need to see this written in your contract. It's important. If it's not in your contract, please speak to your employer and ask them about it. If there's anything at all, anything in your contract that is unclear, send an email to your employer. It's okay. Don't be ignorant about these things. It's very, very okay for certain things to be unclear, and it's important that you clarify things. Okay, this is not an Apple agreement that you just go ahead and click I agree. It's important that you know what you're getting yourself into. Trust me, I've seen some really, really crazy contracts. Okay, so the other thing we're gonna talk about is their relocation package. As much as they don't exactly owe you, every hospital that is recruiting employees from overseas should have some decent form of relocation package. Okay, even if you're within the UK, you are still entitled to a relocation package. Now, for relocation packages, they also differ. You see different kinds, but the most common, the typical relocation package that you will get is accommodation. The accommodation might be free for certain period of time, and it might come subsidized, but it's very important that it provides you with a roof above your head for the few period you'll be around before you settle in. It's very important for them to do that. And also, it's before you get an accommodation here in the UK, you need some references, yeah, and only your hospital, only your employer can provide that. So it's important that they get that sorted for you before you even come in. So the first thing you're looking out for is, are they going to provide me with an accommodation? Okay, either subsidized or free. Okay, that's the first thing we're looking at. Another thing we're looking out for is your visa sponsorship. This is the standard. Okay, for employers that are recruiting from overseas, they should ideally sponsor your visa. So if you get an employer that is not willing to sponsor, pay for your visa, pay for it, not just give you a certificate of sponsorship, also pay for your visa, then it might worth pausing a little bit. Okay, some will tell you that they will refund every fee that is associated with your visa application. Don't listen to them by mouth. Make sure it is written. You can see it in your contract. That's one of the things that should be in a typical relocation package. One other thing that should be in your relocation package is your OSCE. OSCE sponsorship. OSCE is your objective structured clinical examination. Okay, ideally, yeah, it should be in your relocation package. These are the three things that should be in there. And what they offer for your OSCE is they're going to tell you if they will offer you one sitting of OSCE or two sittings. Some employers offer two sittings. What I mean by one sitting or two sittings is that they're going to sponsor you for a second sitting. Peradventure, you do not pass at first sitting. Okay, some are so gracious that they will still sponsor the second one. Okay, and also transportation to your OSCE center might be included if you're lucky, but they should sponsor your OSCE. And then finally, your flights. Okay, your flights to the UK, picking you up from the airport, your taxi fare, things like that. They should support you with your flight. And some will tell you it's okay if you get yourself in here, we're going to refund all of this fee, but make sure it is written. So these are the 4 things that should be in a typical relocation package. Anything outside this, is a bonus and you're actually asking for too much. So let's go to the third important thing, is their condition of refund, if there's anything like that. Okay, so for some employer, either they sign you a 2-year contract or a 3-year contract, depending on how many years. The most typical one is 3 years that you will see is 3 years. Okay, so and after 3 years, if you're happy to continue working with them, you will renew your contract and also renew your visa. Some employers will say in their contract that you have to refund certain amount if you leave them before a year, 2 years, or 3 years. And you typically get if you leave us before a year. And some they don't need anything. They're very nice. If you leave them, whatever, it doesn't really matter to them. They're not gonna ask you to pay anything back. Like my trust, most people didn't have to pay anything back. It's not in our contract that you have to refund any money, okay? But in some contract, it will be there. And now, what's important in this one? What's important is how much you have to refund. Some will not state this is how much you have to refund. So it's important that you see it there. Don't just blankly, sign a contract that just states you have to refund certain amount. What is the amount? You need to know it. And if it's not written in that contract, call them, send them an email and let them know that how much are you refunding. Can they include that in the contract before you go ahead and sign it? Okay, it's very, very important. We need to check the working hours. If the working hours is not matching the pay, the math is not matching, then you need to either discuss it or throw them away, throw that offer in the bin. However, in some institutions, for instance, with the mental health nurses, and some private hospitals, they want you to work 40 hours. Some you have to be like 40 hours or 40.5. Okay, that's fine. They pay them extra for that. But typically, it is 37.5 hours. And any employer that wants you to do more than that, make sure they are adding that little extra. So it's very important that you talk about these hours. And if you're not happy with doing extra 3.5 hours on top of your 37.5 hours, also let them know. Okay, it's important that you let them know. I've also seen that their working hour is quite low. A very low working hour is not going to favor you. That's going your pay at the end of the month is going to be rubbish. So you also do not want that. And then lastly, you need to check how many years contract are we signing. How many years do they want to contract me for? So it's very important. Is it a year, 2 or 3 years? Some people don't want to sign more than a year contract, and the reason is best known to them. So that's okay. It's okay for you to discuss your options. This is what you want, and then you guys can reach a negotiation or a conclusion. Okay, so these are the important things that I need you to look out for in your contract before you go ahead and sign it. So let me quickly run through this list again. So the first thing is your starting salary. You need to check their overseas relocation package, check their refund policy. If you have to refund any money at all, you need to know the amount. Okay, and also your contracted working hours. And then finally, how many years do they want you to work with them? Okay, these things are very, very important, and I hope that you found this video useful for this. So let me know in the comment section if you found this video useful, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And finally, before I take my leave, let me announce my giveaway winners. Congratulations, Ubis Fashion and Finfoluwa Odutayo. This is my most supportive subscriber. Okay, Jada Aurelia, I hope I called that correctly. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I hope that's correct. And Kenny Ishola. Congratulations guys, and thank you so much for your continuous support on this channel, and hopefully we're gonna get another giveaway at 10k. So each one of you that I've mentioned, kindly drop your account details in the comment section under this video, and you're gonna get credited by me. Thank you so much again for participating in the giveaway. And finally, if you are not following me on Instagram, check my Instagram. Here is my Instagram handle, and here is my Twitter handle. I'm also on TikTok now, although I'm yet to be active there. So you can also follow me on TikTok. And do not forget, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, make sure you subscribe, okay? I'm not sure what I want to share with you on the next video on the nursing or health aspect. Yeah, I think I've been getting a lot of talk about interview. So I'm gonna pick 5 most commonly asked interview questions. Yeah, and I'm gonna give you tips on answering those questions. I think that's what I'm gonna share with you next time. Take care. Bye.